Okay, so we want to do 15 on 7.3, which is solve using
Quadratic formula.
the quadratic formula. Does this lend itself to another method?
Well, you could do like a couple things, but it might be hard because the x isn't 1.
Yeah, the a's not 1,
Did you do difference squares?
not difference of squares, but
You could do
I could try the AC method. I could maybe notice that this is a perfect square trinomial. Is it? Am I right? Am I crazy?
No, because
You guys see that? The answer is no, right? Which for at least some of you it is. You got to go with either AC method or just throw it in the quadratic formula. I would not spend more than about the minute and a half we've already spent thinking about whether or not I could do this by a different method. Think about it for a second. If nothing occurs to you right away, pitch it in the quadratic formula. It's easy, it works. This thing's already kind of set up for it. Why is this thing already kind of set up for it?
it's equal to 0.
Yeah, it's some stuff is 0. It's already arranged in kind of the right way. They've already grouped like terms. Life is easy at this point. To stick it in the quadratic formula, what do I do?
You identify A, B, and C.
Okay, so A is, B is, and C is?
4, negative 12, and 9.
Cool. Okay, so then I need to remember the quadratic formula.
Which is negative b, x equals negative b, plus or minus the square root of b squared, or minus 4 times a times c over 2a.
Cool. You guys should be prepared to write this thing down on your test, yeah? If you don't have this thing memorized, get it memorized. It's got to be in your head. Okay, so once I did this, what do I do with these two pieces of information? Yeah, plug all this into there. So I've got, all right, x is negative,
It would be positive 12.
so I've got negative 12, which will be positive 12, good. Plus or minus the square root of negative 12 squared minus 4 times 4 times 9
Over 2 times 4.
over twice 4. Sorry, 2 times 4. Okay, now what?
You just simplify.
Okay, simplify a bunch of stuff. All right, so I already spotted the 12, and I'll do the bottom.
Then you get 144 positive,
Okay, under the square root, I've got 144. Why is it positive?
because it's a negative times a negative.
Cool. Negative. Awesome. Then I've got what else?
You got negative 16 times 9,
Which is what? How do I know it's 144 without doing this? 4 times 4 times 9 is 4 times 4 times 3 times 3.
okay, so you get 12 times 12.
12 and a 12, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so what do we call this bit under the square root? Okay. In this case, it's 0, right? Which is defined. Square root of 0 is 0, right? What do I square to 0? Basically, right? Okay. What do we call that thing, though? You guys remember that? We call b squared minus 4ac something. Got a name. As a word that's confusing. It's called the discriminant.
Just,
That's the thing that tells me how many solutions there are, remember? When it's 0, I get one of these guys where it says, all right, x is 12 plus or minus 0 over 8, right? Yeah, so there's only one solution here, right? Because the plus or minus doesn't change anything. You guys see that?
It's 12 over 8.
So I get, 3/2. Right? And there's only one answer. That means that this parabola crosses the x-axis only once, which is kind of a weird thing, right?
Yeah, it just hits the, it's like little, yeah.
That's one of these guys where it just barely touches. That's called a tangency. Yeah, that's what we, what this kind of, the line touches the graph at only one point means. That's actually most of calculus. You guys cool with this? So, what were my answers? What do I circle?
Okay, circle x equals 3 over 2.
Yeah, so 3/2 is x. Done. There's no or on this one, right? Because if I was going to write the or statement, what would it be?
The same thing.
Yeah, it would be x is 3/2 or x is 3/2, right? Cool. What was hard about this one? Yeah, kind of there was some weirdness with 0, right? I have to remember the square root of 0 is 0. That's important. What else was weird with this one? What else was tough? Why'd you ask this one?
Because instead of 9 or 12 and 9, I wrote 4 and 35 or something.
Oh.
Looked back after you wrote it. I'm like,
Oh,
Interesting.
that I don't
Okay.
know how that happened.
Yeah, I don't have a fix for that one. I was going to say the second hardest thing here was multiplying 4 times 4 times 9.
Oh,
but-
yeah.